back to video games. I'm your host, Jane Douglas, and you're watching Galaxies, a 60-minute showcase streaming right here every April and every October. Kicking things off was an explosive look at Hell Let Loose Vietnam, which brings spectacular 100-player battles to PC and consoles this summer. If that's not soon enough, we can reveal that playtests will be going live in the next few weeks. So head to hellletloose.com/enlist for more info and to secure your spot on the front line. Tonight, we have a huge Galaxies for you with plenty of world premiere game reveals and more than 50 exclusive new trailers, so let's keep things moving. From the chaos of battle to, well, just plain chaos, Task Time is a physics-based party game by developers who previously worked on classics like Gang Beasts and Fall Guys. The best part, Task Time shadow drops right now.
It was just a normal Friday night. My friends and I were looking for a new multiplayer game to play together. Why don't we try Task Time, I said.
Oi! Who just stole my gun? Yes! Yes!
It's up to 8 players. It's free to play right now. We can't lose, I said. How wrong I was.
Help!
No! Little cheats, all of you.
Don't get me wrong, we had a great time, but you never really know a person until you play a party game with them, you know? If you want to hear your friend dressed as a dragon pope taunting you over proximity chat, give it a try.
Dragon pope.
You know, I always said I wasn't competitive. But you get sabotaged one too many times and let's just say I'm a different person now. My eyes have been opened and I will have my revenge.
Come on, what a win that is, by the way.
What have you done?
I peeked over the veil, and there was no sky.
There's a spectre haunting the fiefdom of London Stock. The city has been locked down for 57 days. The mind grows parched when each day feels already lived.
Comrade,
What if I fail?
anyone who doesn't dream in our language will be an enemy.
Why? Why did you kill them?
I can't be more than what I've been wheeled, and you know it. I will not be guilty of my hunger.
They say our sovereign... They say our sovereign shall restore this land to glory days of yore. What Nimrod built will shine anew, white stone upon a sky of blue. There, look there, there stands the tower, proud and fair. There stands the tower.
That was Sovereign Tower, a story-rich management RPG packed with eccentric knights, epic quests, and absolutely beautiful art direction. Prepare your claim to the throne by finding Sovereign Tower on our Steam event page at galaxieshow.com/wishlist. Next, we have a new game from some indie royalty. Digital Sun Games are the team behind Moonlighter, the breakout hit that sold more than 2.5 million copies worldwide. Their next game is called Revamp, a castle defense roguelite where you rule as Dracula, cursed to defend your throne for eternity.
Ages come and go. Yet mortals never learn. Foolish enough to challenge me, only to see me rise. Deadlier, bloodier, thirstier. You'll never defeat my army, nor conquer my castle. We're cursed to fight, night after night. For all eternity. For my master. For her.
Dear Edith, a part of me hopes you'll never find this, and I'm ashamed to admit that I only know small bits about your life. When she left a hole bigger than her stature would imply. A hole so big, I couldn't muster the courage to cross it. A hole so big, I couldn't see you waiting for me on the other side. If you're the one reading this, I hope this box brings you some insight into why I acted the way I did. Not as an excuse, just as an explanation.
Whether you're looking for survival gameplay, creature collecting, or just a good old-fashioned adventure, Witchspire has you covered with its co-op open world just waiting to be explored. Astrally project yourself to the Witchspire Discord for a chance to play ahead of its launch in June. Up next, we have Directive 8020, an all-new cinematic sci-fi horror from the masters of the genre at Supermassive Games, the developers behind Until Dawn and The Quarry. This trailer will tell you everything you need to know, but brace yourselves. In space, death takes many forms.
From Supermassive Games, the developers behind Until Dawn and The Quarry, comes a new narrative sci-fi survival horror, Directive 8020. The game launches May 12th. Here's everything you need to know before boarding the mission to save humanity. You control 5 pioneering astronauts as they embark into the dark abyss of space, hunted by an alien organism capable of mimicking its prey. You'll recognize Supermassive's iconic branching plot lines, split-second QTEs, and impossible choices. Directive 8020's gameplay dials up the horror even more, introducing stealth mechanics where exploration can be fatal. Another brand new feature, Turning Points, allows players to revisit key points of the game and alter their choices to experience different outcomes. The game can be played alone, or you can recruit up to 4 friends to join your mission in Movie Night mode. Pre-orders are open across PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and now Steam. For a limited time only, order now and receive the Digital Deluxe upgrade at no additional cost.
Welcome to the trap, mouse!
Some falls don't begin in the sky. Mine started a few weeks back. The sky was just the exit wound.
Hey, watch!
Welcome to public transit, bub.
It didn't seem like much at first. Wasn't even sure it was a case.
This, Mr. Pepper, is the big one.
Something within me, I don't know, old instinct maybe, said turn back.
Get some solid evidence, and we'll get to the bottom of this in no time.
This case was more trouble than it was worth. But, well, trouble is what I do.
Prime Monster, congratulations. I suggest you take a seat. First things first, to pass laws, you would better start winning votes. Balance the needs of the public, your party, and the Treasury. Then persuade the House. You may opt for the traditional method of hurling insults, or a more strategic route. But history cares little for your methods, only your decisions. Will you discipline a colleague for their indiscretions? Or hire a spin doctor to lie about why you didn't? Hidden dangers lie behind many choices, but your only real concern is to survive. Who's managing these captions? They've as much sophistication as the average voter. Speaking of which, if you don't keep them happy, they may kick you out at the next election. Whereas your colleagues, they may decide to do so tonight. Good luck, Prime Monster. I suspect you'll need it.
No. Oh my God.
Everyone's fit is so good.
How'd you get that hat? Hey, you want to squat up? Sure, let's go.
Where are we surfing, boys?
Should we jump off here? You read my mind, bro.
Who do we have here?
I'm sure help. I don't want to die.
Come up here. Holy moly. Yeah.
More power. Gotta try out all the weapons.
Oh, wait.
GG, that was well done.
Now, yes. Execute it.
Very nice.
This really is a battlefield. Oh my God. This really is a battlefield. Oh my God.
Hey there, Construction Simulator fans. I'm René from Weltenbauer, and today I have a very special message for all of you. More than a decade ago, we embarked on an exciting journey to create the most authentic and realistic construction simulation experience possible. Along the way, we worked hard, faced challenges, sweated over details, patched countless things, and continuously expanded the series with new brands and new features. And in the end, we achieved something truly remarkable. But none of this would have been possible without your feedback, your dedication, and your incredible support throughout the years. You are the reason we keep pushing ourselves and the series to new heights. Thank you for everything. Today, I'm beyond excited to unveil the next chapter in the Construction Simulator franchise, the biggest leap we have ever taken with the series. So, let's get to work.
Construction Simulator Evolution. Wishlist now.
Grab your hard hats, everyone. Construction Simulator Evolution delivers a huge suite of new features, including demolition, manual labor, Volvo as a new licensed partner, as well as 2 brand new maps, each with its own challenging campaign. The game is coming to PC, PS5 and Xbox Series consoles soon. You can also head to our Steam event page and hammer it onto your wish list. In our next game, the only thing you'll be constructing is your legend. Second Stone is a vibrant action RPG following young Shiren as he searches for his lost spirit companion, mastering powerful magic and battling through 2 fractured worlds on the brink of collision. Let's take a look.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 party games. Number 10, Party Pack 328. You know what? Let's just skip this part. Number 1, our pick for the ultimate party game experience. Introducing Mojo Party. Packed with chaotic party challenges, rapid-fire trivia, and friendly rivalries, there's something for everyone. Customize your game with region packs, decade filters, and categories like TV, film, music, anime, and games. Hosting a party? Use your phones as controllers and jump right in with up to 16 players. Parties canceled? No problem. Join an online game and crush some random challengers. Everything lives in one seamless hub, so you can jump from one mini-game to the next without stopping the party. And the best part? You can play for free. Mojo Party. Wishlist it now on Steam.
Mientras que mi hambre is eternal.
Defend! Attack! Reclaim! The legions march to silence our gods. Raise the towers, hold the line. But defense alone will not save us. Form war bands and lead them into battle. Capture enemy strongholds. Reclaim our lands. Every isle we take a strategic foothold. Gather its resources and forge an economy of war. The gods bless us through ancient runestones. New powers, new upgrades. Gaining in strength as we remember what was lost. In the gloom across the isles, the Imperial Eternal schemes. Today, we take the fight to them. Today, we take back the North!
Status?
He'll live.
He went dark for 12 seconds.
Yeah, well, he'll walk again.
That's why we're paying you.
Hey, you keep pushing him like this, he's gonna stop being a person.
He's a bounty hunter. He's already crossed that line.
Hey, you ever think about what happens when he figures this out?
He doesn't need to.
You're gonna regret that. This is so much fun.
Why don't they just paint the target on their back?
Come on, boys! On display!
Hey there, sweetheart.
We gather at midnight! Welcome to the jungle, punk!
Hunt Down Overtime serves up another helping of fast, violent action in just a couple of weeks. So run and gun your way to our Steam event page and get this explosive roguelite prequel added to your wish list. Next up, we have 4 titles from the talented teams at Shiro Games. When they showed us their slate, it was hard to choose just one, so we thought you'd better see all of them, starting with an exclusive new look at Spacecraft.
Welcome, Pioneer. Time to join the great galactic expansion. Of mining operations. With your efforts, we will build a profitable future. We will extend humanity's venture from one planet to another. The shared vision of Sun will change the galaxy for all. Strive to leave your mark under new stars.
A 1,000 years of exile has finally ended for you, Farseekers. While we carefully prepared for your return, after all this time, believe me, you'll have a lot to explore.
As Northgard lies in ruins in the aftermath of Ragnarok, how will your clan rise to rule? Raise your hall on empty land. And when the horns sound, ready your warbands for glory. Different clans walk different paths to claim the one and only throne. As fate shifts, reshape your settlement. Turn layout into power, stack effects, and receive divine blessings. Shape your strategy with precision. Then watch it unfold. Every move counts. One clan stands.
Fans of Northgard have been waiting 8 years to see what comes next, and there it is. Northgard Battlegrounds is an original spin-off game to the beloved RTS classic, combining auto battles with tactical city building. Maraud over to our Steam event page to claim leadership of your clan. Next, we have a very exciting announcement for fans of P-Cube's cozy RPG, Kitaria Fables. It must be time for another world premiere.
Far across the endless ocean lies the Arkadera Peninsula and the peaceful haven of Whitewall Town. While life here is simple and unhurried, the winds of change are stirring. And for two young heroes, a new adventure is about to begin.
What the hell happened? What's going on here? Is this me?
An echo. An iteration of yourself compressed into our own dimension. Once it has reached the end of its path, it should loop back to the beginning and repeat its actions. That was flawlessly timed. Now, how creative is our flexible genius feeling today?
Is this me?
I had no idea you had such a penchant for theatrics.
Farewell.
Iteration.
One step at a time. And Bale, find her. Whatever it takes.
Damn right we will.
On schedule. One driver with nothing to fear. Here to take you through rain or shine. Or when time is not on your side.
You saved me from having to walk.
He doesn't look for trouble, but traffic always finds him.
Is he really gonna do it?
Just another drive.
Hold on.
Just another bump on the road.
Oh, he's a pro.
Just doing my job. Our everyday hero, here to make sure every day stays the same. When every stop matters, true heroes are bus-bound.
We love Busbound's new additions to the simulation genre. As well as offering a fully licensed fleet of authentic buses, you'll get to see each district evolve into a more vibrant, pedestrian-friendly space. Sabre have yet to confirm if you can stick chewing gum under the seats for that maximum realism, so best add it to your wish list to be the first to find out. Next, we turn our attention to Thunder Lotus Games, the talented studio behind instant indie classic Spiritfarer. Their next game is 33 Immortals, and it takes a decidedly less cozy approach to the topic of death. This action roguelike will have you teaming up with 32 other players to lead a rebellion against God. I mean, how hard can it be?
Welcome! You must be our new hotel manager. We're currently carrying out your latest designs. We now cater to many different types of guests. And here you'll find some of our staff. They're currently refining their skills. As manager, you can create hotels in many locations across the globe. Each with their own unique climates and challenges. We can't wait to see what your creativity will bring.
Home before the leaves fall, they said. In August of last year.
Please. Please. They never told us what Gallipoli looks like.
Rocky hills, rocky beaches. Like home, with less rain and more Turks.
Keep moving, everyone! Come on, come on! Gordo!
World Strategy is the first full 3D game in the Wall World franchise, and a major step forward for the series. Offering real-time strategy and city building with survival and tower defense elements, it challenges players to think tactically, build wisely, and defend fiercely. The playtest is now live, so head to our Steam event page to play it today and make sure Wall World Strategy is firmly adhered to your wishlist. Our next game looks very special. Rivage is the debut from Nilo and published by Raw Fury, the fine folks who brought us the fantastic Blueprints. Let's take a look at this brand new atmospheric sci-fi adventure.
I wake up, same bunk, same time. The station resets, but I don't. The rest of the crew, Jahi, Johnny, Aman, Rafi, are gone. Their rooms untouched, their tools in place, their voices only recordings.
Hard to put into words.
Then there's all the phenomena, where space and time have stretched and teared. It is all connected somehow. My K9 unit is the only thing that keeps track. It holds the pieces to a story I still don't understand. And until I do, I'll wake up again. And again. And again.
and customize a high-tech airship with scavenged resources and explore a post-apocalyptic Earth. But enough about my hobbies. Forever Skies is available now on our Steam event page. Whew, time is getting a little tight, but we still have a lot to show you, so let's check in with our friends at Jagex and see what's coming to old school RuneScape.
Hey, you there! You're wasting XP when you could be playing old school RuneScape, one of the world's most popular MMORPGs. Face punishing bosses, master in-depth skills, and embark on unforgettable quests, all while playing solo or with your allies by your side. But why play now? Leagues is our most popular limited-time game mode where everyone starts afresh and everything moves faster. Complete tasks, unlock supercharged relics, and become more powerful than in your wildest dreams. All with massively boosted XP rates and a thriving community alongside you. It's the perfect entry point, even for noobs like you. Survive it, and the main game awaits. An open world where progress never resets and every achievement is earned.
See you soon, mortals.
Go, Kieran, now! Oren's waiting for you.
If Kieran is my name, who is Oren?
I have no idea why you would be looking for my Oren.
Oh, he's your husband. Who am I without my memories?
The memories might shape you, sure, but they don't get the final word. You decide what comes next. You decide who you want to be.
And what if I decide wrong?
Then you just decide again. That's what being alive is for.
Maybe the moment we stepped onto these sands, we sealed our fates already.
But what does he mean by sirens?
A reference to where the police go next, maybe?
Oh, no, of course. I'm such an idiot. You mean police sirens? Yes, of course. I was thinking of those creatures with fish fins.
That's because you live in a fantasy world. 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 You live in a fantasy world.
Well, the plot thickens. That was the world premiere of the Act 2 story trailer for psychological crime thriller When Sirens Fall Silent. From the team behind the infamous face-peeling scene in Martha is Dead, this game pushes boundaries with its dark story. Set in 1990s Italy, every lead drags you deeper into a mystery of kidnappings, trauma, and a past that refuses to stay buried. Investigate our Steam event page to add it to your wish list. Okay, we only have time for one more bundle of announcements, so naturally we've got some extra special reveals to leave you with, including this next world premiere from Rebel Pixel. With its stunning art direction and immersive world building, you're definitely gonna wanna pay a visit to Stardream, particularly as a demo is going live right now.
A severe building crisis. The radio tower. This is our only chance.
People of Stardream, this is Kenneth Mead, the sci-fi writer. What you are about to hear comes from outside.
Stardream, a dream come true.
Oh, hey, darling. Judy's not answering the phone anymore. I'm worried. You should go looking for her.
This void anxiety sickness. People keep on disappearing because of that.
Well, the crew says void anxious tend to cut bounds and hide away.
Hide where? We're on a spaceship. Where did you find that? Guns in here?
That's it. I'll run as a candidate. People must know.
You're way out of your line, taxi girl.
Are you ready to take off?
I am. Let's get out of this.
Conflict has begun. The NATO and Warsaw Pact forces. The fighting continue to spread. Much of Europe waits anxiously as reports of fighting continue to spread.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Yerba Buena, a new indie game by Mad About Pandas and Focus Entertainment, releasing May 26th on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC. Yerba Buena is a surreal first-person puzzle platforming adventure set in a video game version of 1970s San Francisco, where you play as Bard, a young woman who just moved to the city, unaware that her quiet life as an NPC is about to get turned upside down.
Rock and roll!
It all starts when Bear, the leader of the Bay Angels biker gang, kidnaps your friend Russell.
You'll pay for this!
And loses a strange briefcase in the struggle. Inside, you'll find a unique and powerful device, the oscillator. Use it to manipulate the game you live in by copying the movement and physical traits of objects and reapplying them elsewhere to solve ingenious puzzles. Give a solid surface the bounce of a trampoline. Hurl entire buildings through city blocks, or turn concrete walls into thin air. Copy the desired behavior and stick it onto your target. With the help of the oscillator and your friends, save your city from a sinister plot.
So shooter won't negotiate.
Discover the truth behind the mysterious glitch that plagues it, and become the main character of your very own story. Yerba Buena is available now for pre-order. Download our free demo before the release and get a taste of what's to come.
I keep having that nightmare with the terrifying monster. It's horrible.
You'll need to level up and enhance your equipment if you want to get stronger.
Ready?
Ready?
We all need to work together and help each other get out of this nightmare.
Let's show them how well we work together!
We have to stand and fight.
After all, the stronger the enemy, the greater the challenge!
Echoes of Aincrad releases on July 10th and offers JRPG fans a vast and beautiful world to explore alongside deep character customization and exciting real-time action combat. Set a waypoint for the Galaxies Steam event page where pre-orders are now open and add Echoes of Aincrad to your wish list. And that brings us to the end of the show. Remember, you can find all of tonight's games at galaxieshow.com/wishlist or by scanning the QR code. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Jane, where's our one last thing? Oh, you guys can read me like a book. I'll see you right here at the next Galaxies in October, but until then, here's one last special announcement from our friends at Kinetic Games and Remedy Entertainment.
Everywhere the investigator looked, there were signs of two worlds colliding. Glimpses into a mystery, clues that teased, out-of-place objects and signs, yet nothing that revealed it fully. This was a story told somewhere else, where the pages of the manuscript had been written, from where the writer of the story was desperately reaching for the light. And with that act, he was threatening to spill out the darkness of his prison. A writer by the name of Alan Wake.
Hello and welcome to the Galaxies post-show. We've had the main showcase, it was great. Now we're going to sit around and talk about it. I'm your host, Neon Kelly, and I'm joined here in the studio by my special guests, Badders.
Hiya.
And Paul Whedon.
Hi.
Guys, welcome to the show. We've got lots to talk about, but first off, I'd love a quick reaction. What did you think of the show and what were your highlights? Badders, I'll go to you first.
Incredible. Another incredible show. So excited for the games that are coming out this year. There was so much diversity, not only from a genre perspective, but variation in animation style as well. We can really see a lot of themes of, games publishers coming out with that nostalgic 16-bit animation style as well. So really, really great show. Really excited.
Glad you enjoyed it. Paul, how about you? What did you think of the showcase and any particular games that jumped out at you immediately?
I just think it's really, really good to see the games industry flourishing like this again. I think, obviously there's been a lot of talk in the industry recently about, the industry is kind of in a state of chaos. And whilst that might be true, we're starting to see kind of, Phoenix is rising from the ashes, not to be, overly sort of poetic about it. But I think it's really, really exciting to see such a wide variety of games coming out. In particular, Mouse PI looks incredible. And I'm particularly excited about Name of the Will as well. I love a bit of sort of like really quite spooky horror. I know nothing about this title, and all I've seen is what everybody else has just seen, and I'm hooked already. So.
You're in already.
Yeah,
that's great
absolutely.
to hear. Yeah, look, I would echo what both of you say. For me, I think the thing that I always enjoy about these showcases is just the sheer variety of titles on offer, and we had so many different genres represented this evening. I particularly like the fact that we had a lot of first-person sci-fi games, which is good news for me because that's a genre that I enjoy. But, we had horror, we had puzzle games, we had JRPGs, there's lots and lots for us to talk about. So look, I think we should just dive straight in, really. The show opened with Hell Let Loose Vietnam, a game that a lot of people have been waiting for a long time, I think. You guys are both shooter fans, I think. What was your reaction to Hell Let Loose?
I think it looked gorgeous. I think, it also, Vietnam's one of those settings it has been done before, obviously. But I can't remember in recent years it looking quite as impressive as that. So it's nice to sort of see it being treated that way. Look at it.
Yeah, it looks absolutely beautiful.
It's the lighting, isn't it? I think that there's...
Yep.
The Vietnam War is weird, right? Because there's a kind of... I feel like there's a kind of almost like a nostalgia. Because of, films like Platoon and Apocalypse Now, Full Metal Jacket, it's got such an indelible footprint, really, in pop culture. And yeah, you're right. Look at the lighting here. That sort of like golden hour... People are dying, but they're going to be dying happy. Right? They're having a Kodak moment as they kind of shuffle off this metal coil.
One way of putting it, yeah. I think you're right about it from a sort of aesthetic point of view. I think there's something to be said of whenever people think of kind of World War II shooters, they kind of think of something very, very specific. And this is something very different to that. So I do think it's nice to have a bit of variety when it comes to your real life warfare.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I don't know if either of you played like the first Hell Let Loose, but it's I think it's got quite a reputation for being quite a brutal game in a good way, right? It's something where until you get your skills up, you're going to be sort of hitting the deck quite often, I think. So obviously that got us off to a start, but I just felt that the opening run of this show, there were so many really interesting games. So, we went from, the hell of Vietnam, the Vietnam War, to Task Time, which I know was one of the games that you wanted to talk about, Badders.
Yeah, what a pivot.
It was just a normal Friday night. My friends and I were looking for a new multiplayer game to play together. Why don't we try Task Time, I said.
From FPS to a party game. I love games like this. It's just so fun. You can bring your friends together. I can see a lot of people wanting to stream this, a little bit like the heights of, Peak, and even, some of the other games that we see that have a lot of that sort of chaos. And yeah, really excited for this one.
Chaos is the word that you use, and I would absolutely echo that. It's that combination of just like bright colours, some craziness going on, and just, I don't know, it looks like the kind of thing where you're never going to be sure what you're actually doing from one moment to the next.
Definitely. I think also I like having an excuse to shout at my mates when you're not killing them. I think that's the nice thing about games like this. It's, that notion of kind of doing tasks, there's always going to be somebody in the group that fucks it up. And I think, that person sort of kind of becomes the whipping boy. It's kind of usually me, weirdly.
Listen, you've got to let out the stress some.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we should say as well, like this is, this shadow dropped as well, so people can jump in and start playing this right now.
Yeah.
So, brilliant, really. One of the other games that featured sort of fairly early on was Glass House. And to be completely honest, it was just the guy's moustache that don't pay attention. I don't know, as a man who appreciates facial hair both in the real world and in my games. I mean, can we take a look at this? This is a really great moustache.
There's a spectre haunting the fiefdom of London stock. The city has been locked down for 57 days.
This, to me, I mean, there are some obvious sort of visual references. You know, I think, Paul, I heard you talk about Disco Elysium, obviously, but there's... It's interesting because it feels like there are several things going on here, right? It looks like, you know, we've got a bit of like dialogue trees, you've got, you know, that kind of third-person perspective that does make you think of Disco Elysium, but there's, you know, there's fighting, there's dialogue, there's a bit of a murder mystery going on.
And then shades of kind of Broken Sword as well.
Yeah.
Which feels like something that we've been missing for a long time now. So, yeah, it looks really, really exciting. And I think, you know, there's obviously been, off the back of Disco Elysium, there's obviously been a lot of similar kind of homages, but it's always interesting to see how people are kind of interpreting those elements from that game and putting their spin on it.
Again, just the lighting in this game, I think, is one of the things that really sort of caught my attention. It's just how good it looks, you know, and it's got kind of tactile feel to it, I think, that I really appreciate.
Yeah, really effective, and that sort of side profile view as well as you're moving through from room to room. Looks really, really effective.
Ages come and go.
So another one of the games that, for me, leapt at early doors as just being a really unusual offering with so many things going on was Revamp.
Yeah, it was the art style for me that really stood out. Really, really impressive.
I think that it looks like, I think there are roguelike elements in this potentially as well, and the bit that we might see coming up in a moment where it's almost like a kind of like an ant farm of you build up your castle, you let it go.
Yeah, but they're sort of building on those management elements because it's from the developers of Moonlighter. Moonlighter struck that really good balance between sort of managing a shop by day and then by night, you know, raiding dungeons, which were all procedurally generated. This looks like it's kind of building on all those aspects. I mean, you see the way that those worlds are kind of expanding and stuff. It just looks great.
It just feels like there's a you know, it's mixing lots of different things, but there's a real confidence in the idea, you know, that they're a bit like with Moonlighter, like you said, you know, that was a combination of different genres that on paper sounds like an odd idea, but just the way it was executed was just so confident. They had such faith in what they were doing, and it feels like, even just like looking at this trailer, it just feels like you can tell that they really believe in what they're doing, and that it's got a little, you know, many different aspects going on at once. But I just can't wait to see what it's like to play. Badders, I was expecting you to maybe mention Pecking Order.
Yeah,
I saw you reacting to that one.
Tip of my tongue there. Yeah, Pecking Order. This looks like a really, really fun game. I love anything that's kind of that multiplayer element. Yeah, you can bring groups of friends together. You know, you've got the sort of chickens, I guess, kind of running after the worms, and you've got to escape and survive and stuff like that. So yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Egging On, I guess, from the last showcase, in the sense of, yeah, it's one that I can see, you know, being streamed, you know, quite regularly. I'm just like an easy, laid back gaming experience.
We should say, actually, in case you missed it on the screen, that it looks like there's a demo coming to Steam in early May, so check out the Steam event page for Galaxies if you want more details on that. I would like to talk about Delivery Must Complete. This was one of the games, there are a few games in this showcase that really kind of brought out quite a visceral reaction from me, and this was one of them. I would think predominantly just due to the fact that, well, as you can see, there's a jet fighter in it. As somebody who grew up in the 80s, one of my core memories in terms of my early exposure to gaming was playing Afterburner. Yes, I'm old. Playing Afterburner in like the sit-down cockpit arcade machine that existed. But this is like interesting. This is a roguelike. Delivery Must Complete, so there's some aspect of delivering, but like, you know, with a jet fighter. Again, just like a super fresh concept for this one, I felt.
Yeah, and I love the visual style for it. Again, it's that whole thing of kind of like you say, kind of harking back to that kind of really retro aesthetic, but it looks really frantic, and I think that's kind of what you want from this genre. But I love the way that the trailer ends as well, with her like smashing through the wall.
It was a good
end.
I
love that bit.
You know, what are we gonna learn from that? That's
kind of leaves you on a bit of a cliffhanger, doesn't it?
A little bit. The other trailer that for me had like a really great kind of almost like mic drop ending was when Sirens Fall Silent. you know, where it was like super creepy, and the reveal of that title card of sort of like the face was like vomiting worms, you know, it's just like a really kind of like strong ending.
Yeah, the maggots.
The maggots.
Yeah, this is one that I'm really, really excited for. I have seen a previous trailer of it, and it really, really felt like you were watching a movie. The psychological thriller element to it, really kind of delving you into that story, and like you say, leaving you a bit of a cliffhanger, the revelation of you know, a rotting body essentially in the back of what looked like some kind of vehicle, with the maggots sort of coming out of the eyes, etc. So this one, I think it's going to be one of the kind of like top sort of story games for this year.
I have to talk about the game, which, if I'm completely honest, probably drew the biggest reaction from me, just because I realised what it was like a moment before the title dropped, and I know that you were a fan as well, Paul. Can we talk about Hunt Down Overtime, please?
Hey, do you ever think about what happens when he figures this out?
He doesn't need to.
God, it just looks so good, doesn't it? And
looks
actually,
so much
interestingly,
fun.
so we were chatting about this before. I haven't played the original.
Have you not?
No, so I haven't played the original.
Oh, well, then I rescind everything I said. I thought I was talking to somebody.
You can rescind it, but what I will say is, if we're going back to talking about visuals again and those being kind of big draws, the moment I saw gameplay, I was completely into it. It just looks
good.
So
look at this. It
and
just
like
looks so
fighting with guitars and stuff. Like, what's not to love about that?
And look at this. This looks just so good. I feel like they've advanced the graphics a bit on from the previous title, and you're clearly playing around with light. It's a bit more. I don't know. I could just rhapsodize about this for ages. I was so excited.
Well, I also really like the way that within this specific aesthetic, you can kind of get away with whatever. You will literally get away with murder, but like, you know, they're cracking out like ice guns and stuff and killing people with guitars and things like that. I really do realise I'm marking myself out as a nutter in this stream, but I think the variation in terms of sort of character designs and like nothing feels too outlandish, and I think that's probably the nice thing you kind of get licensed to do when you make a game like this. I think it's a blank canvas.
They're going to push it for sure.
Oh, definitely.
And you know, it's worth saying again, I think this is coming to Steam for early access at least, like pretty soon. I think May 7th it said in the trailer.
Yeah.
So if you like the look of Hunt Down Overtime, then you'll be able to have a go soon. Now, one of the games that I saw really caught your attention, Badders, was Hotel Architect. I'm guessing that's one of the games that you're quite keen to talk about. Was this? Did this make as big an impact on you as I think it did?
I'm really excited for this one. I love a management game. This just reminds me of, back in the day playing Theme Hospital, which kind of we know now as 2 Point Hospital, and kind of building your sort of hotel franchise and empire. I think last showcase we're talking a lot about vending Dokai. I've built sort of my vending machine franchise, so now I'm excited to move forward to building my hotel empire as well. So I love a cozy game like this. It's very chill, it's very relaxing. You're not in the midst of FPS and shooter this, that and the other, which I do appreciate from time to time, but I really love sort of the visuals of this one. I'm excited to see more around sort of the narration style as well of this. One thing that Theme Hospital and 2 Point are known for is sort of that the humorous sort of narration as well, which kind of adds that sort of element to the game as well. So yeah, it just looks really fun.
I know what you're getting at. I think that the nice thing about games in this style is I think that they do offer sort of almost like different entry points.
Yeah.
Like you say, it's a game that you can probably treat quite casually, that you can just like treat as some sort of cozy fun. You can get creative obviously and just like focus on more sort of like sandbox style elements in terms of building your hotel. Personally, for me, I'm hoping that there's the option to go a bit White Lotus with this and to have some kind of disaster involving scurrilous sex acts and or murder in some cases. But normally they have that accessibility and obviously tons of personality. I mean, you can just see, right? But there's also a lot of depth to the amount of sort of different factors that you can play around with, and sort of the way that you can exercise your control over like the finer points of managing the hotel. I think I think it's definitely one of the ones that's sort of going on my list. And actually, while we're here, I guess that given that this feels like it's tapping into sort of quite a long and sort of prestigious kind of heritage of games, it reminds me that the other game that we need to talk about, given that we have sort of one of the premier players with us, is RuneScape. Badis, can you
I don't know if you could say Premier Player.
Well,
yeah,
I think certainly amongst the three of us, right? You are the RuneScape person on this panel. So, talk to us about this expansion, because it feels like this is, as somebody who knows almost like nothing about RuneScape, it feels like this is something that is going to be good for people already playing this game, but it might be a really good jumping off point for new players. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but you only started playing old school RuneScape relatively recently, is that right?
I do play quite a bit of old school RuneScape, and the diversity and the different ways that you can play the game, and there's so many different directions you can go. It can almost be a bit overwhelming maybe initially, because it's not one set sort of linear path. You can start skilling up in one area, skilling up in another area.
Sorry, you can start skinning up.
Skilling, yeah.
Oh,
so
skilling up.
Skilling.
Skilling.
That's my.
I don't think that's it.
That's my skinning up from the accent, isn't it? Coming out. But yeah, this expansion element. It looks like there's kind of a whole different element. They're calling it leagues, and it's you play it completely.
What are the leagues? Sorry, I had to interrupt because I didn't understand that. What is a league in the context of this game?
So it seems as though the separate league is completely different to sort of your standard game, and you can kind of play with others. There's various different bosses that you can gain multiple additional sort of XP around different skills. So yeah, it's a completely separate element. They're only running it for a short period of time, a few months, and yeah, it just looks really exciting. Not that there's not enough to do on RuneScape, on old school RuneScape already, but having this sort of additional element, it's just a nice little pivot, I guess, from your day-to-day running of the game.
In a town that runs on schedule.
Another trailer that I think that the three of us just all responded really warm to, which we haven't touched on yet, is Bus Bound. Can we talk about Bus Bound?
Holy shit. How do you market a sim in 2026 like that? It's so aware of what it is, and it's so playful. So I haven't played a huge amount of these sims, but I think you're aware of them because of their kind of cultural importance, because they mean a lot to people, and the people that love them really, really do love them. But like the scene where there's that genuine moment of kind of like, you've really saved my life, from that woman getting on the bus, and it's so absurd.
You've saved me from having to walk.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. And I think it sends up so many tropes that you've kind of seen time and time again. The whole kind of homage to Speed, for example. It's great. Whether or not the game is to everyone's taste is kind of irrelevant. It's a slam dunk in terms of marketing.
I think it is such a slam dunk. I mean, I do play sim games sometimes, but like a lot of people, there are so many games, so little time. But I have to say, if any trailer was going to get me to kind of give this a go, it's like this, because it just like looks fun, and again, it's so sort of like sure of itself. Badders, will you be driving a bus?
Absolutely. I think I agree with everything you guys have said. Almost, dare I say, my favourite trailer of the showcase. The comedic timing of everything, like it just, like I say, it was just so clever, a really clever way of introducing a game like this. So I'm definitely going to be in my bus driver era.
Listen, like we've been like whipping through so many games here, but I know that there's so much more to talk about. What other games, that we've not covered off so far, that you both wanted to talk about? Badders, I'll go to you. What have we not talked about so far that really floated your boat? Does anything jump out?
Have we spoken about Directive?
No,
8020.
We have not spoken about Directive 8020. Like, tell me, I'm interested that you pulled that one out, given that by your own your own words, you're not the biggest horror player, but this one jumped out to you.
So yeah, it's not like a typical, I guess, genre that I would go for as such, but from the trailer, it wasn't as jumpy as I would kind of expect, I guess, from a horror. And I have seen a previous trailer of this one in the past, but this one looked like it was focusing a lot more of what are the actual mechanics of the game, which I quite like that. So yeah, that kind of drew me in a little bit more, and sort of the graphics, really, really impressive. So I can see this being a really, really big game for this year. And dare I say, I think I might I might try this one. This might be my to the horror genre.
I have to ask, did you play Until Dawn?
I did not play Until Dawn.
Okay.
Actually.
So look, I don't want to put you off giving this a go because you should.
Okay.
I think it's going to be great.
Right.
I would just caution you. I would caution you on the idea of it maybe not that jumpy.
Okay.
On the basis of the trailer, because I did play Until Dawn and it's great. But it's
okay,
scary.
Fine.
But no, don't be put off. You should give it a go.
I would reinforce everything you just said. I mean, for my money, the best Supermassive game is still Until Dawn.
Yeah.
I think it is a masterpiece. And
it's
I
my
think,
favourite too.
You know, what they did with all those kind of horror tropes to just kind of flip them on their head, and it's genuinely it's one of the best games on the PS4, hands down, and it still stands up even now. But I think what they've done with Dark Pictures, Supermassive, has just been
that was
incredible.
the anthology series, right?
And this is part of it.
So the anthology series. Tell us about that.
So they're all standalone entries, so you don't need to kind of know anything else coming into them. And what they do really, really well is they pick really, really quality talent. In this case, Lashana Lynch, who was in No Time to Die.
Oh, right,
so
cool,
she's the lead in this one. And it just looks really, really cool. I think they've put more of an emphasis on kind of stealth mechanics in this one as well.
Interesting.
So there's a lot more kind of sneaking around a spaceship and stuff like that. And I like the idea. They've been doing this for a while now, but they brought in this movie night mode where
I was going to say, that caught my attention.
Yeah, so you
That's
can team up with 4 other players basically, and as I understand it, the way it works is that you can kind of vote on what happens next. So it's kind of similar. It's like a virtual version of sitting around and making those decisions yourself.
I keep having that nightmare with the terrifying monster.
There were lots of big names that we've because there was just so much good stuff in this showcase. There were lots of titles we haven't touched on. I feel that we have to touch on Echoes of Aincrad. That was like again kind of quite a late release, or a late appearance, I should say, within the showcase, and that's like a massive deal. Having seen Namco being part of the showcase is awesome. I don't know, have either of you played Sword Art Online, the series? Because I believe this is like derived from that. Did either of you play that?
No, actually.
No, it's. I mean, it's a JRPG series with, I think, it's a bit like Dragon Quest. It's one of those series that really has like this established pedigree. And fine, if you know JRPGs, you probably know that already. But I think for a lot of people who don't, this is a game in that series. But I think they're almost treating it like it's its own thing. Like that, it's a kind of good jumping off point for people who are new to that franchise, or new to even maybe new to JRPGs in general, I think. But it looks pretty great, I think.
Yeah, I mean the graphics look incredible. Some of those sort of combat scenes as well.
They always look stunning, though.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, like the monster design. I don't know. Again, it just feels accomplished. And lots of things being sliced in half.
Yeah.
There. Always good to see. That was obviously one of the kind of the big hitters towards the end of the showcase. I'm just looking at other things that we've not talked about. Watch Mojo Party, that was another one that I wanted to talk about. This struck me as unusual. It's just, having Watch Mojo jump into the world of games. I know this was on your list, right?
Yeah, for sure. So what I liked about this one is this one feels like it's for everybody.
Yeah.
When we think back to kind of the era of the Nintendo Wii and how that kind of brought all the family from all different generations sort of together, this feels like that. You've got all different themed games, there's quizzes in there, just the fact that you can scan a QR code and just delve straight into the action.
I like the device they use in the trailer for this, where it's like you can have a party and invite people over, and then if the party gets cancelled you can still play,
go online,
which is a good cover for also like if you just don't have friends and you'd like to throw a party, they got cancelled because you couldn't invite anyone, you can still play. It's a party game for people who can't throw parties as well, right? It's not just for socialites.
I mean, I also really like something that they've done there, which is kind of a frustration if you're playing Jackbox, where a lot of particularly in the earlier titles in the series, like a lot of the gags are kind of very US centric. But I think that, you can kind of choose, is it Europe or is it, UK? And then I believe what it will then do is kind of hone in on things that are kind of specific to that region.
Okay.
Which is good because I think, they're, broadly speaking, I think a lot of people kind of get American references, but then not everyone knows what a J.C. Penney is, for example.
What is a J.C. Penney?
A supermarket of some description.
Oh,
no,
really?
It's not. It's like a Debenhams.
I thought it was
It's like a department store.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
okay,
US,
cool.
yeah.
I'm really glad that the three of us could kind of get that. But it's, I think it's like it's catering to that kind of thing. I think is an important thing to be able to do.
Just that sort of customization, I guess,
Yeah.
to make it contextually relevant. I guess.
Exactly. And then also, if you do have American friends, get them to play the UK version and just stitch them up.
So, like, you've been banging the drum. You've been banging the drum for Watch Mojo. Let's bang the drum for War Drum. Look, okay, I don't really care about how bad that transition was. This was another one that really jumped out to me. We were talking as we were watching the showcase. Team 17 are obviously, they're a very established. They're a veteran British studio, but they've been around for a long time. They're good at what they do, but they're very, very good at picking out just like interesting concepts that are immediately appealing, I think. And I just thought that this was yet another example of that. Really, what were your thoughts on War Drum? Either of you? Did this get you up for bashing the drum?
Definitely. I think it's not like we've not had a good run of rhythm action games recently. But then when was Crypt of the Necrodancer? That was a while ago
now. Yeah.
So I think we're probably due another one.
There was a sequel. It had a sequel, I think.
Yes, of course, yeah. This looks great. This looks like a lot of fun.
There's an element of Advance Wars in here as well.
Yeah, you were saying,
which is great. I think just interesting, and again, a little bit of pixel art, just to push that Enderfin buttons, just a little pixel art. We are running sort of like low on time, so we're going to be wrapping this up quite soon. But before we do, there are a couple of games that we need to touch on. A game that I thought made an absolutely incredible impression in such a short space of time was Name of the Will.
Oh God,
you remember this one? This was a really short trailer. Let's take a look at it. I mean, look, we had a lot of good art styles in this showcase, but for me, this might just take the cake. Badders, where does this sit on your...
Yeah, this was creepy for me.
This is super creepy.
Yeah, super, super creepy. But it looks great for what it is.
There's enough really creepy visual kind of horror there to get you interested to kind of dig away what on earth is going on there. There's that bit where they're like pulling that character's mouth open.
Yeah, that made
and
me
it looks really horrible. And then like these blinking eyes in drawers and stuff. It feels really kind of like it's drawing on that really primal kind of Japanese manga horror.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I think it's going to be great.
There is one title that I absolutely had to squeeze in before we wrap up. Mouse PI, guys. I'm sure I'm not alone here. How exciting does this game look? I've been waiting for this one for so long, and it's out now. It's finally here. Are you going to be checking out Mouse PI?
Yeah, like you say, this one I feel like made such an impression at the Autumn Showcase. The visual, the art style, it's just so different. It looks really exciting, really fun. I'm definitely going to be playing this one.
I'm all over this. The retro style, the cell shading kind of thing. I think, obviously Cuphead kind of walk so that this could run essentially. And I know they're very different in terms of gameplay.
No, I know what you're saying though. Yeah,
it's really nice to see a developer kind of building on that foundation and then running with it and doing something completely different with it, but paying like nodding to that visual style that everyone is familiar with at this stage. And also you don't get many black and white video games.
That's true. Yeah. It's a very fair point. And obviously it's a perfect match for the art style. And look, we're going to squeeze in one more game just again because thematically I think there's a link, like while we're talking about first-person games and doing something interesting. Let's talk very briefly about the Caribou Trail. We had 3 war games or first-person war games in this showcase. Obviously, we opened with Hell Let Loose Vietnam. We had 83, which was like tapping into the whole Cold War thing. But I thought, again, this was a really interesting take. First World War FPS games are super rare. In fact, just games set during that time period are pretty rare. But this, I thought, was a really interesting way of doing it. I think it's, looking at it again now, one of the things that for me stands out is that a lot of the time when you play war games, they are about the big scale, right? Especially if it's a multiplayer game, it's about like the action, the moment to moment sort of surviving, but it's very much like big picture. And I think what's interesting about this is from what little you can see from the trailer is that it's very, very tight focus. Like I think somebody was saying it's sort of vaguely reminiscent of Firewatch.
Yeah, it's weird that you said that, actually.
Yeah.
Because there's one shot in it in particular that feels really Firewatchy. It's the one where they're running over the ridge.
Okay.
And I remember seeing that and thinking, it was something to do with like the lighting of that particular scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, the fact that it's taking place in the First World War, like you say, which isn't really kind of represented in contemporary storytelling that often. I think it's definitely one to watch. And also, there's a scene in it where you're just making gruel.
You're making soup, yes, gruel soup. I mean, it's difficult. I'm not enough of an expert on
what constitutes gruel and soup.
It's soup with bits in it, for sure. No, I agree with you. There's not enough of that in games.
No, we need more of that.
I
definitely.
agree. It was like one of the less appreciated aspects of this showcase. Is that we had a bit of gruel cooking or soup cooking. Well, on that savoury note, I'm afraid we have finally run out of time. All that remains is for me to thank my special guests, Paul Whedon.
Thanks for having me.
Badders.
Thanks for having me.
I've been Neon Kelly. Thanks for watching the post show. Galaxies will be back in October. In the meantime, don't forget to check out our Steam event page at galaxieshow.com/wishlist. We'll see you very soon. Good night.